As you can see, I've left my bedroom. I know, it's crazy, I do these things sometimes. Anyway, once a year there is a TV program that I become absolutely obsessed with. And that TV program is the Great British Bake Off. Now, it started in the UK last week and I was so into it that I thought what I need to do is bake a cake. Now, in episode 1 of this year's Bake Off, everybody had to make a Genoese sponge. I have never attempted to make a Genoese sponge in my entire life. So what better thing to do than to try it now and to film it for my channel? Obviously, duh. So what I've decided to make is a blackberry mousse cake, because reasons. To make a Genoese sponge, you will need 95 grams of plain flour. It says 95 grams of caster sugar. I've used 85 because I'm, trying to be healthy. And you will need 20 grams of unsalted butter and 3 large eggs. The first thing it says to do is to melt the 20 grams of butter. Now, you could do this in a pan, but I'm very lazy and I've got a microwave. Butter melting in the microwave. Okay, so I've been looking online and everyone says that making Genoese sponge is really, really difficult because you've got to put a lot of elbow grease into it, which is not good for somebody lazy like me. But hey, I'm gonna try. It's at this point that I should probably point out to you that my grandfather was a pastry chef, so technically I should be good at this stuff. It says that you have to whisk the eggs and the sugar in a large bowl, and it's crucial, guys, crucial. Now, you could use an electric whisk, but this particular recipe actually says to do it by hand. So I'm gonna. Eggs and sugar going into a large bowl. 7 to 10 minutes of determined hand whisking? Okay, this is gonna be sped up. It's been 84 years. For real, I'm literally 75 now. Ooh. It's apparently ready when it reaches something called the ribbon stage, when you can lift the whisk out and it leaves a little ribbon of mixture on the top of the mixture, which then sinks in. No, we're not there yet. Has reached the ribbon stage, or you've lost the will to live, whichever comes first, you need to sift half of the flour into the mixture and fold it in a figure of 8 pattern. When it's stirred in, that's when you sift the other half of the flour, which you probably could have guessed, but I thought I'd help you out anyway. Whoa, this mixture is like puffing up like crazy. The cake is now going into the preheated oven to bake for 25 minutes. Okay, so my cake is in the oven cooking. There's no recipe for this bit, I'm just going to kind of make it up as I go along. But what you're going to need is a big bowl of blackberries. And I expect you to go foraging for them, because that's what I did. I ended up with a blackberry in my bra at one point. I've suffered for this cake. Anyway, to make a mousse, we're going to need to whip some cream. And after all that whisking, I have learned my lesson. This is so much easier. That cream is whipped, y'all. I'm going to try and separate the egg whites from 2 eggs to go in my mousse. A little fact about me while we're having this little time together. When I was younger, I went through a phase of being absolutely obsessed with making mousses. Like any fruit we had in the house, I would moussify. So really, in theory, this bit should be the easiest bit for me. I'm going to add the tiniest bit of caster sugar to these egg whites because I don't want the blackberries to be too tart. But but I don't want to make them too sweet either, so just a little... Wow. A big bit came out. And you know what we haven't done enough of in this video? Whisking! So they should be stiff peaks that could potentially be held over your head without coming out with a bowl. Dun 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 dun! Ta-da! I'm going to blend some of these blackberries into a puree using this little food mixer. I'm not going to blend all of them because some of them I might want for the top of the cake for decoration, but most of them I'm going to be blitzed. They've all been washed. Obviously don't pick berries off bushes and just don't wash them because, ew, why would you do that? I've killed people. This is why I don't have my own cookery show. Me and my bloody hands are going to mix this into the cream. I hope this shows up what a lovely purpley colour this is, because yum. When you've stirred all the mixture in, you want to fold in your egg whites really carefully. So I have transferred my mousse into a smaller bowl again so that it can go into the fridge to cool while the cake finishes cooking, and then that cools, ready to have this in the middle of it. Woohoo! The noise of readiness. Okay, now to check if your cake is done, you need a skewer or a cocktail stick, which you pop into the middle, and if it comes out clean, your cake is ready. That looks pretty clean to me. Okay, the cake is done. Yummy nums. It hasn't risen as much as I was hoping, because I'm supposed to slice this in half. So that could be fun. All my whisking was in vain. Oh, now my arm is burning. Wow, like I'm not being funny. It's at an angle and incredibly flat. I have zero idea how I'm supposed to cut this in half. Maybe I won't. Do you know what? I'm gonna use this as a sponge base and pretend this was the plan all along. To be fair, it does feel lovely and springy and light. So, I copied a recipe where you're only supposed to make a flat Genoese base instead of a recipe for a layered Genoese cake because I'm incredibly stupid. But it's rescuable. I'm gonna put my mousse on the top and then leave it in the fridge to set. That's why I've put my base back in the ring so that it can hold the mousse in its shape that I want. I'm not sure which way is the best way. Guess it doesn't really matter. That's probably Mary Berry texting me to tell me what a fail I am. I'll let you know. She says Emma Genovese should have nice layers. Layer upon layer upon layer of cake. In the words of Mario, here we go! This is lovely and airy. My foot really enjoyed that bit of mousse that I just dropped on it purposefully to make sure that it was, you know, tasty for feet. So this is going to go in here and then it's going to go into the fridge. More cake should be purple. There we go. That is ready. Okay, I'm going to put a few blackberries in the middle for decoration. Ta-da! Rose cake! I'm going to try a little bit. That's the lightest sponge I've ever made. And that is seriously tasty. There you go. Blackberry mousse cake, kind of partly made up from my own brain. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to give it a little thumbs up. And if you want more nonsense from me, you can subscribe for a new video every Sunday. I'm talking with my mouth full, so I'm gonna go now. Bye!